Hashtag bring back Iñaki to English video, Galacticos. So we have brought Iñaki back. This is an a la carte channel. Whatever you ask for, we bring it to you. So we're here for the social review. We're gonna talk about follow and everything you like. So let's start with the follow and follow. Iñaki, follow of the week.
My follow is to José Callejon. He has been called to the national team, and I think that Del Bosque wasn't fair with him during these years. He has been playing very consistent for Nápoles. He has over 50 goals and over 30 assists in 3 years in the Serie A, and I think that this manager of the national team, Lopetegui, makes a good decision calling him because he's been very productive for his team, and he's a type of player that the Spanish national team do not have. So I think that it's very good for the team and for the player, and I'm happy for him because he helped us in the first team, and he's an academy player of Real.
There you go, Julian Lopetegui and José Callejon, follow for them. And it's also, I think it's important and it's nice to see that, when there's a change of era in the national team.
Yeah.
So Lopetegui is kind of cleaning out those holy cows of Del Bosque, and that's good news. My follow this week comes from Diego Alves, the goalkeeper for Valencia. Had a great performance against Atleti, even though he wasn't able to save the day. Let's say he definitely avoided or made it possible for Atleti or Valencia to avoid a more scandalous score with 2 very beautiful penalties. He stopped one to Griezmann that I loved. So this guy's great.
The best goalkeeper that saves 2 penalties in a Spanish La Liga match, and I wrote a piece of this goalkeeper a couple of years ago in a newspaper, and he has a very tremendous instinct for saving penalties. But behind that, supporting that instinct, there is a lot of work. He watched every penalty the potential shooters he will face has shot, and he makes that work, which helps him to make the best decisions when he's in front of a player.
So this is an example of work plus talent working together and giving out results. Unfollow.
My unfollow goes to Pepe and Zinedine Zidane, and this speech of lacking intensity, we have to match our rivals' intensity, I think is the wrong message.
Yeah.
I think that this team right now has a problem of football. Talking about intensity is not for professional football. In professional football, the difference are made with a game plan, with your skills. The difference is not about wanting it more. Maybe in your local league, having more balls helps, but this is professional football. I only hope that they inside that locker room really know that they have a problem of football and not a lack of intensity. So
that the intensity is a speech for the gallery.
I hope, and I'm tired of that speech because it has been repeated over the last few seasons, and I'm tired of that speech.
And I'm tired too, and sometimes it's true that you're lacking intensity, but now what is very clear is that one of the things we're lacking might be at some points of the game intensity, but
Maybe.
That's not the problem.
Not the main problem,
No,
absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely.
We agree on that, so unfollow for those trying to sell us the intensity. But no, my unfollow is for Marc-André ter Stegen. We couldn't help but to give a little bit to Barcelona as well in a bad week for us. Marc-André ter Stegen made a horrible mistake yesterday in Vigo in a goal, in the 4th goal of Celta. But it's not really for that. Even though the mistake itself calls for an unfollow, but he comes out later saying that, despite of the critics or the criticism, I'm not going to change my game, which I don't really understand because I think you're a goalkeeper. Like, what are you not to change? Like, what are you going to keep? Just making the ridicule or making a fool of yourself when you have the ball on your feet? So I don't understand.
I think that
if you're a midfielder, you can talk about changing your game.
Yeah, but I think that his ball skills are tremendous and are very helpful for his team.
For sure.
But I think that he has to avoid silly mistakes and risk that any player can't do that kind of pass inside his box.
Of technique, it's a problem of maybe
decision making.
Exactly.
Decision making.
Anyway, Galacticos, let us know if you agree with the follow, and let's go to the social review.
Ooh.
Now, Galacticos, for a social review of the week, sponsored by our very own website. Of course, don't forget to go check it out at thefootballrepublic.com/Real Galacticos. You can fetch there, you can see a lot of interesting data and what people are talking about on the net about Real Madrid, especially about Zidane, which is what we're going to talk about today. What the fans are feeling about Zidane and what were the top words tweeted about Zinedine Zidane. So the top words were basically more intensity, which of course we've been talking about this, we'll talk more, but to me is like a little bit of a joke, the more intensity. And the fans feeling, this is something interesting, you have 50% feeling angry, which I understand, 31% feeling happy, which I also understand, But I stand more on the 10% feeling confused and the 8% feeling sad. 10% feeling confused because we're kind of confused to see Real Madrid with so much talent playing like this, and 8% sad. And this is where I really fall, because I'm kind of sad that we're now gonna have to see Zidane struggle a bit more than we wanted to see him struggle. We would have expected Zidane to be the man who takes over, like what happened to Guardiola in Barcelona, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Galacticos. So anyway, Galacticos, this is what you guys are feeling on the redes, on the net, about Zinedine Zidane, and we'll see you in the comment of the week. And the comment of the week gets to you this week by Stefan Schwarzmeier. So thank you, one of the most active and Galacticos. So thank you, Stefan. And the comment is more or less on the same line of the things we've been talking about, is lack of a plan by Real Madrid. Also an interesting point saying that Zidane will start being questioned if he doesn't change this soon, and that the players are not focused or are not 100% in what they are.
Yeah, I think that I agree with Zidane's part. Last season was a little weird. He only tried to...
Yeah, he came here to put out a fire, but now we have to see Zidane from zero.
True, right now this year he has to prove what kind of coach he is, and I think right now he's struggling a little bit. And the comment is focusing right. I think that he's analyzing the right stuff, that we lack a plan, and I embrace our viewers to do that, to see a match not in terms of intensity or balls, look...
but in terms of like what Real Madrid are doing when we have the ball.
Are we conceding too many options? Are we finalizing? Are we creating inside game?
Are we moving correctly without the ball? Are we covering the spaces right? And I think that's something that is not happening.
It's not happening, and that kind of stuff is what helps you to understand football and to understand this crisis of Real Madrid. Crisis or bad moment.
Semi-crisis or almost.
Bad moment.
Exactly, it's a bad moment. And also an interesting thing that a lot of people say, like, oh, well now Benitez had started the last season the same way, but now Zidane has a little bit more credit, which I understand and I agree with. It's normal that Zidane, being the legend that he is, will have a little bit more credit.
And the coach who lead the team in 4 months to the European Championship.
So he's become a legend, but this comes to show that nobody has, let's say, infinite credit in Real Madrid. If you don't win, you can be whoever you want.
Yeah.
If Alfredo Di Stefano came back to life and he coached Real Madrid and he lost 3 games in a row, he wouldn't have credit
that
either.
For the first time, a huge part of the fans are pointing Zidane. The other night after Eibar's game, we did a poll on our Facebook site, and 65% of the fans thought that Zidane's main responsibility. I agree with them, because I think that we are lacking of a plan, we are lacking of coaching answers, and I think that Zidane has to work from that point to give this Real Madrid a defined style, and to go through this bad moment. We have players missing due to injuries, and it will be interesting how everything regroup after the FIFA week, and we.
I like that. I like the idea that we have to see now Real Madrid regroup, which is also a nice thing to see. Like it's normal that we're going to have tough moments along the year. The thing is to see how we come out of them. So Galacticos.
My last line: you always came out of bad moments through football.
Yeah.
It's the only way that in the long term. That will lead you to achieve your goals through football. You have skilled players, you have tremendous midfielders, and through football you will be able to make a good season and to make an impact in football.
That is true. I mean, we have what it takes. Let's see if we can put it to use correctly. Anyway, Galacticos, let us know what you think about the week, about the comment, about everything.
Your follow, your unfollow,
your unfollow. Give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.